Hello and welcome to Access You TV. My name is Michelle Edhouse and today we're going to have a chat about creating your life and living. Not just the now, not just the future, but the whole lot. Oftentimes when I've been working with clients and they often talk about how the money flows are like they're really struggling day to day. They can see the big picture, they're growing their business, they're building, and yet right now it's really, really, really tough. And it's like, well, what are you choosing to create the now? But I'm creating my future. It's like, yeah, but what about the now? And this can show up as well in relationships, in your money flows, in bodies. How often do we go, right, I am going to get fit and healthy and da-da-da-da-da, and we do it in a way that long-term may not be the most ideal. Or we create a result in the future that isn't creating in the present as well. What if all of life, past, present, and future, can come to you with ease and joy and glory? Now, obviously, we can't go back and change the past, but we can create a different reality in our own selves about the past. And by doing so, that will also add more ease and joy and glory to your present and your future. So, my big question for you today is, are you creating your past? Are you creating your future? Or are you creating your now? Or are you creating your now and your future? Because as I said, we can't change the past. We can only change how we respond when we look at the past. But we can create our now and we can create our future. So if you are currently choosing to only create your future, are you finding that today is kind of like, oh, I'm so stressed, I can't, Or are you choosing for the, right, I'm going to have yumminess for me right now. I'm going to not talk to people that annoy me. I'm going to only eat the foods that are really, really yummy. I'm only going to do the things. What is that creating in the future? For some of you, that does create a future that you desire. But are you asking about that? Are you looking at, if I choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? If I don't choose this, what will my life be like in 5 years? So those questions are always on the tip of my tongue. I'm always looking at, if I create this video today, what will that create? Now, I can almost guarantee that 999% chance that while I'm creating this video, I'm not going to get a phone call because of this video. But my future, whether that's 5 minutes in the future, an hour in the future, 5 days in the future, 5 years in the future, when I ask if I create this video now, I got, yeah, that's creating for the future. Now, creating for my now at the same time is doing it at a time that works for me. It's not trying to do it this evening when the whole family's home, we've got visitors coming for dinner, we've got the world like jumbling around, and here's me trying to go, I need to make a video, I've got to get it done now, if I don't do it, and it just creates stress. Now, I would choose stress in my life for what reason? I don't. I choose to have the ease, the joy, the glory of living now and in the future. So what are you choosing that is creating stress in your world? Maybe it's something that, yes, it needs to be done, but not right now. Or yes, it needs to be done, but it needs to be done now, not tomorrow. By being willing to be aware of this, by asking, if I do this now, what will that create? If I don't do this now, what will that create? Then you get to start to see the energy of it. You perceive that energy shift. Ask yourself just a simple question like, if I, whatever, now, what will that create? If I do it later, what will that create? And if I don't do it at all, what will that create? Now look at the energy that showed up for each of those questions. Was one more expansive and joyful and like, yeah, that, oh, or maybe even just a slight, oh, that took some weight off my shoulders. That's what's true for you. That's what's creating a greater reality for you. And that what some of those options might have gone, oh God, and if one is lighter than the other, go with that one. If it's lighter to do it right now, use that one. If it's lighter to never do it ever, follow that one. And I've had people say to me, oh, but I don't know which one to choose. Every choice is only valid for 10 seconds. So what if you being you and choosing and getting the awareness of what that choice creates and then choosing again could actually be what's required? Now, this whole knowing what you know and being empowered to choose what creates greater for you, that's actually something that many of us have had that removed from us throughout our lives. We've not been given permission to know what we know. We have to follow instructions. We have to do what we're told. We have to be what we're supposed to be. Be this, Michelle. Be this, Michelle. Be this, Michelle. And different people are telling you to be different things. And you're kind of feeling like pulled from here to there to there, there. How is this going to help my business? You say, how? By just sit back and ask, is this creating my future? Is this creating my now? Or is this creating both? And it may be that some things you choose are to create your now as the joyful, expansive, yummy life that you desire. And some things you choose are to do with future. Some things might be to do with both. So just be in the question. Keep asking, what will this create? What will my life and living? What will my business? What will my money flows? What will my relationships? What will my body? Whatever you're looking at, be like in 5 years if I choose this? And what will my life, body, living, whatever it is, be like in 5 years if I don't choose it? And then you might also go, okay, so what will my life, living and body, whatever it is, be in 5 years if I do this today? Or I do it tomorrow? Oh, that lightened up. Oh, okay, do it tomorrow. Awesome. And, there doesn't need to be any reason and justification for your awareness. Sometimes you do get reason and justification showing up. I mean, right now, we here in Rotorua are at level 2 for the COVID thing. Auckland is at level 3 and cannot travel. And this weekend, we have a family gathering down in Levin. And guess what? Those up in Auckland can't make it. And that really, really sucks, But if you look, months ago when we started organising this family gathering, I couldn't book accommodation. It just wasn't happening. And the accommodation, but just kept, should I book the accommodation now? No. Should I book the accommodation now? No. Should I book the, no. Okay. And now it turns out that there's people up in Auckland that booked accommodation that can't use it. And so we're just going to use their accommodation. We'll pay them for it and everybody's happy. So it was my knowing. If I choose this now, what will that create? If I don't choose this now, what will that create? I also had a similar situation last year. I was supposed to be ordering 50 massage tables for a conference that we were having here in New Zealand. And kept asking, is now the time? Should I buy those tables yet, but I was willing to ask the question. And I had no cognitive awareness that we were going to be having COVID happen, that we were not going to be even able to have the conference. And if I had gone, right, I must order massage tables, we have conference, in the cognitive, logical sense of the word, I would have ended up with 50 massage tables and no conference to rent them out at. What I ended up with was a resistance to buying it. Okay, if I buy them now, what will that create? Heavy. If I buy them later, what will that create? Oh, that's lighter. And we may have that conference next year or the year after, and I buy them for that. And that's the later. But see how by being willing to be present with the question and with the energy, I was able to not end up stuck with a few $1,000s worth of massage tables sitting in my garage unused. So what are you aware of? And are you using that to create your present and your future? Or just your present? Or just your future? Or actually, are you using what you're aware of to destroy your present or destroy your future, or both? So what question can you ask? As I say, is this for now or for the future? And that's another point. One of the things that Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, recommends is that you have a little ideas book. And with that ideas book, any idea that you have, you write it down and you ask the idea to let you know when it's time to action that idea. And I use that awareness with anything I do. So say, for example, I get the awareness of a class to be taught. Okay, cool. So is that class for now or for the future? And if it's for the future, do I need to put any action in now towards creating that class in the future? Just by being willing to ask questions, look at the energy of it, I can start to create, oh no, that's for the future. Is there any action required to put that into place? No. Okay, cool. Write it in the ideas book, ask it to let me know when it's time. So you might also get an awareness of something and go, oh, is that now or the future? Now. Do I need to put action in right now? Yes. Okay, cool. And get on with it and get doing it and create. And there's just that, just because you've had an idea doesn't mean that you have to do something about it right now. And see how asking questions can give you that clarity and that ease and that awareness of possibilities, that if you don't use the questions, you might be stuck making something that's, you have an idea and put action into it, and actually you're ahead of your time, as they say. So I hope these questions have been of assistance to you, and asking yourself, am I creating my now and my future? And that may be with one choice. It may be going to the supermarket and creating your now and your future by buying gluten-free bread. Because you need the loaf of bread right now, and 2 days down the track, you might have somebody come to visit that's gluten-free. And you don't have to run out and get all stressed. Oh my goodness, I've got gluten-free. No, I've got some gluten-free in the fridge. Awesome, that's easy. And they're like, oh, that's so cool. Somebody cares about me. Who knows? So I invite you to use these questions. A question always empowers you to know what you know. A decision, a judgment, a conclusion shuts down your awareness. So even when you get awareness, Keep asking questions. Ask another question. Ask another question. Ask another question. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have and you want to know more, please, like and subscribe. If we're on YouTube, if you're on my blog page, then please join up with my newsletter, and you'll get, each time I release a video, you'll receive these in your emails. And if you've got anything going on for you that you just really don't know how to handle, maybe a private session with me might open something up, or there might be other blog posts that have information that can give you some ease with that. What else is possible, guys? How much fun can you have? And what if all of life can come to you with ease and joy and glory? Thanks so much. Bye-bye.